Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Hearthcenter, your Tuesday night show, bringing you the latest THL updates. I'm Lotus Knight, one of your hosts for tonight, finally with my voice back, and I am joined by some of the best THL have to offer here. Starting off to my left side, we have the one and only Neji Boston. Neji, how are you tonight?
I am doing great.
Great having you as always, Neji. To my right, well, my first person to my right, we have the one and only Super Chicken with the much lauded stairs background. Chicken, how are you?
Good, thanks. Happy to be back in front of the stairs.
Oh yeah, and usually you may see him on Wednesdays, but this week he's here with us for a very special final Heart Center episode of the season. We have the one and only Geranium Battle. Geranium, how are you?
I'm doing greater.
Nice. We are. This is a shorter show than usual since we're mostly going to be doing an interview with the legacy winners. They're almost ready. I'll be starting our interview with them in 5 minutes, but I thought we would take a few minutes to reminisce over this great season of THL. I don't actually know the numbers for it. Maybe someone does. Um, no idea which one it is, but I'll ask a question and I'll start with Neji to answer since Neji was very excited to answer this one. Neji, what was a highlight moment of this season number X, which I have no idea which it is? 20. Season number 20
Yeah.
of THL for you.
That was a tough one. Lots of highlights, but I'd say the best moment for me was going 0-8, 0-9 in Hero Series in the regular season, and then finally getting the one win against Agent Pee Wee, who obviously I was always going to beat. So there was no question there that I was going to get my first win. But
Fair.
yeah, it was a great way to cap off such a epic season.
Nice. That's fair. Um, Chicken, any moments that were highlights for you for the current season? Anything you felt was amazing, was fun?
Um, yeah, I mean the pro season for me as a whole was really great. Like the team environment in general, like winning the championship, and then also just personally, I felt like I had a really strong season as well. Even
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, maybe maybe like to pinpoint a highlights, sweeping banner in the finals for the championship win was a pretty good feeling,
Definitely.
especially against someone as strong as him. So that would probably be it.
Nice. That is definitely a highlight to everyone's season. Um, Geranium, anything you want to add in terms of highlights of your season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty biased because I was on two different prediction shows, but and I also wasn't playing. But I think the highlight of my season was just that so many teams were so unpredictably good or bad. Like the
Yeah,
two strongest looking teams from last season in Legacy just crapped out and didn't make playoffs. Um,
yeah,
Pod people who 2 seasons prior um, did so poorly that they quit the league, just came back and just like full force wrecked the entire league. It was, yeah, like predictions were very hard and very fun to make.
that's true. That's true. This was a very interesting one for for predictions. Um, I would say a highlight for me, and I know I'm being super cheesy, but a highlight for me was having you all join me week after week here. Always a lot of fun to have you in Heart Center. Um, this was a great season though. I will say that 1 month of Poison Road could have not happened. That was a thing of the past. But other than the 1 month of Poison Rogue, I would say this was a good one. Very positive season.
Yeah, I mean, Poison Rogue's still like a secret tier one deck, but secret because everyone stopped playing it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, yeah. Um, any final things y'all want to share about the season that happened, or about um anything in Legacy, Hero, Pro before we go into our interview? We have 2 minutes before I started the call with everyone.
I would just like to say that it's always been really fun watching Hearthcenter in the past seasons that I've been a part of. So it was great to actually be part of the cast this whole season, well, almost the whole season. And thanks to Lotus for always doing a great job opping. And I mean, Super Chicken as well has been on pretty much every week, I think. So great job to him as well.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. It also kind of helps me keep up with what's going on in all the THL series that I'm in,
Yeah.
aside from my own team. So it was it was pretty cool to be able to see um, how all the other teams are doing without having to scour through the site on every page, and yeah, getting to talk about the interesting matches is super fun. And yeah, I don't know. I think playing in the this meta was generally pretty fun after that round of rogue nerfs. I think after that the meta evened out pretty well. Everything felt pretty balanced, so that I think that
Yeah.
was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think other than that 1 month, everything was okay for playing. Um, no, I thank you all for being here this whole season, though. I think this was a good one. I don't know. Last seasons are always weird, the last season in a rotation, because, as we all know, people tend to be a bit burnt out of the same cards for 2 years in a row now. Um, what I can say is it's probably going to change quite a bit.
I think it's actually crazy that we stopped seeing Il'gynoth. I thought we were going to see Il'gynoth literally all the 2 years.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
nerf finally hit
if
hard
you
enough,
nerf
I
a
guess.
deck 3 times, it will stop seeing play.
Say that to Quest Handlock.
That is true. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it did stop seeing play at the end of the expansion for the most part. So we did sort of get there eventually.
Hey, I faced it today.
There you
Uh,
go.
so, I'll take this opportunity to bring in our legacy winners. Unless someone has any final words before they come in.
Let's get to it.
Awesome. Joining that call right now. Okay. So, as some of our legacy winners are coming in, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Cooler for winning legacy. Um, and welcome to the show. Are you all here with us?
We're waiting for Moon still.
Okay. No worries.
Make sure that you mute yourself on the Ninja site, so that way we can get your audio through.
Oh yeah, I'll mute everyone there as well. Um, I am getting cam set, so while I'm preparing cams for everyone, I'll bring us into the legacy screen. So I can start talking to the team. I want to ask y'all a question. How did this week feel? Tell me a little bit about how was this final week for you all, and I'll let the team go in whatever order you like.
Yeah, I guess I can start. Lore wise, the week was filled with the story of Justin and or Rebopson's son being named Justin. So
Sure.
at first, that's how it started for me. I don't know, definitely a lot of prep went into it, a lot of HS replay, um, statistics, and um, yeah, some practice on the final day.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, those guys really stepped up and helped out the last day. Eric and Icer and Moon there really helped practice for me while I was working on Sunday before the match. I really appreciated that.
Mhm. Now,
Yeah, so for me, it was actually my first week doing a match because I was a sub 2 weeks ago, and then they already got they got a buy through by all winning like 3 or 4 games, so I didn't
mhm.
have to play my first week. So it's my first week playing, and it was pretty fun. I mean, I just picked good decks, good classes, and did my best, and it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll share. Am I on? Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So being the anchor was like so nerve-wracking, and the whole time I was like, please, someone just either we could win all three or we could lose all three, and then I can play. But of course, it came down to my game. But I think the encouragement from my team, like, hey, you're the better player, you've got more experience on Hearthstone, you got the decks, and you know the meta. Like, just go in and play with confidence really helped.
Nice. For sure.
I guess I would just say I was a bit worried because I played Friday and it was a really close series, and I ended up losing 3-2 after some crazy games. I was just hoping we would pull it out because otherwise I'd blame myself for us losing. So so I'm happy that we pulled through.
For sure. Now, I'll open to my other hosts for any questions, anything y'all have. Um, it's all yours. I'll start with Geranium. Any question you want to start asking?
Yeah, I mean, I had a question in general for the team, sort of along the same lines. You guys you guys had a really great season, obviously. I mean, there were a few like bumps right at the start, and then right near the end of normal season. But like, when did you guys when did it click in your heads that maybe this would be the run, that you, not saying that you'd make championships, that you'd win, but that you'd make at least a very good run into playoffs?
I don't think it ever hit me. Like I'm not even gonna lie. um, yeah, I
I'd say
mean,
about 2 weeks ago, something like
yeah,
that. Probably 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
guess that's true.
already in
When we
playoffs.
realized we had a chance of like winning the semis, and then we've like sweeped the first 3 games. I guess that's probably when I was like, wait, we could actually do this. Okay.
Well, I'm apparently the only one who was confident, but after we took the lead we were on top of the league standings for a good part of the season, and so I figured, hey, we're on top. That means we're the best team, so we're gonna win. But
Yeah, we definitely, last season for me, and I think Bremen and me and Bremen, it was our first season last season. It was a rough season, kind of trying to get used to everything. And this season, definitely, we saw a big turnaround. Got more confidence as it went on, and then we just kept winning.
Nice. Chicken, do you have any question you want to ask?
Sure. Yeah, I had a question from Diamond. And this one is directed at Icer. Is there anything you learned from your break from THL, and how? Oh yeah, is there anything you learned from your break from THL that you took?
Yeah, I mean, so I fully took a break from Hearthstone, like March of 2020 to October of 2020. I think I played one Hearthstone game in between. Um, that was just good for me to like, because I was
Nice.
going pretty hard at the game for a while. So yeah, I mean, say just like a better mental state for sure. Not specific to THL, I guess, but just Hearthstone in general.
Neji, do you have a question you want to ask?
Yeah, I got another one from Diamond. This is for each of you. How did you get your usernames?
I guess I can start. So mine is from Call of Duty days on PlayStation 3. I've just had the same one, and then like it's my name but an anagram of my name, and I actually didn't even realize that until like 4 years after I made the name. So I got lucky.
Nice.
my name is Bremen. It's the online name I've used since I was in about 6th grade, I think, when I got my first Earthlink internet account. It's based on a Terry Brooks novel, character in the novel.
Nice.
I'm CBeak1, and that's just literally the first initial of my first name. My last name's Beaker, so it just I've had that also since like the AOL days, God knows when. So it's just been the username I've gone with for a really long time.
I have no interesting story. I think I was just trying to find something with the initials S and H, and then it became superhero. Simple. Can't mispronounce it.
That's
Mine
what
is
I did as well.
yeah. So yeah, mine is Moonlit Soul, SOLE, and I just thought of it like a few years ago, just something random. I was like, what should I do? And I usually just go by Moon online, so that's just kind of what I went with, I guess.
But then your Hearthstone name is T Skillet.
Yeah, Hearthstone name is T Skillet. That one, I remember I was like talking to somebody. I like to do freestyling sometimes, just like as a joke. And they were like, "Yo, you should be your rap name should be T Skillet." So I was like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds good."
Nice. Geranium, do you have a question you want to ask?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask one of your own, but it's okay. I did want to know, like, Tisco, were you involved in the team for a long time? Like, were you asked right near the end of the season here if you wanted to sub, or have you guys
Long
known each
story,
other for a lot longer?
yeah. So long story short, there's a streamer named Swaybe who does Battlegrounds streaming, and I used to only play Battlegrounds since it came out. I didn't play any standard. And then I was watching her stream one day, and she said, "Hey, if you live in Chicago area, we have a fireside gathering. If you want to come to it, like hit me up on Discord." Joined Discord, hit her up, met these guys, and played standard for the first time in like over 2 years. And then I kind of got hooked onto it again, started grinding it in January and February, and then Icer said, "Hey, I noticed you've been playing like some standard. Like, would you be interested in joining THL?" I was gonna join like next season, I think. And then they needed someone to sub this season, so I literally just hopped on like 2 weeks ago, and literally didn't even know what THO was until like maybe a month ago. So I'm like very, very new to this, but I've been really enjoying it. It's making me want to compete in Hearthstone maybe or to some sort of degree, whether it's Battlegrounds or Standard.
Nice.
I guess follow up. Are you guys all Chicago players?
I think all but Superhero.
Yeah, we all know each other, but superhero.
Yeah, I'm the odd one out. I'm from Cali, so I'm like not even close to Chicago. Like today, the weather was, I don't know how it is in your area, but it's like in the mid 80s and we were like burning.
It's
Yeah,
it
here it
was
was
like
like
60
45,
today.
or
Oh,
yeah,
or yeah.
I thought it was colder. I don't know. It was like in the 40s or 50s today, I think.
Yeah, I must have gone out when it was warmer, but yeah.
Yeah.
We had one 70-degree day. That was really exciting.
Chicken, do you have any questions you want to ask to the team, or any next question you want to ask to the team?
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to ask, what kind of made this season different in either in terms of feel or performance, and kind of what do you all think contributed to kind of the change in how the team did this year?
I think big part of it was just getting used to THL. I think I was experiencing THL. I actually don't know Superhero. Did you play previous seasons? No. And then it was the same for Bremen and Seabeak. I think
Nice.
so. Our only well, we had the first season we played. We had 2-star Mako was
Mhm.
our 5th seed, and then we ended up pulling in Snipe Hunter. So he had experience. and then we all had experience from our first season. So I think it was a good just like intro season, and then I don't know. We've never like stressed results too much, so I think just like I think that helps of just like I don't know. It's a very like good environment. Um, we obviously we like want to do well, but we're like super uplifting no matter the results, and just try to keep our heads up.
That's awesome.
I feel like we had a lot more sort of cooperation too, especially on Discord in terms of making decks and figuring out matchups. I mean, I'm, for example, a player, I don't like making decks very much. So if other people help me out and say, here's a good lineup, then I can go ahead and play it. I'm very happy. And I think we definitely came through there for each other. So that was really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after last season, I don't think a lot of us really knew what we were getting into, and then this season it really turned around with having teching and playing decks for certain matchups and all that kind of stuff. It just went a lot further this year than it did last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I definitely appreciated the help with learning like the tournament meta as far as like what's viable in ladder versus tournaments is obviously like usually very different. So like kind of realizing like, oh, these decks that like, you might never really see on ladder, but like kind of learning those uh through friendlies or just playing them on ladder for fun. That was definitely a learning curve as well for me. And that was I appreciate it, especially CB Key like knows all the data of HS replay. He's our analyst out here, he knows all the matchups and the tech cards. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I'm the data analyst at this point. So
Neji, any question you want to ask?
Yeah, we got a funny one here from R Hat. If your team was packing a cooler and each player got to put one item inside, what would each person choose?
Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
I mean, let's try to
Let's
keep
be
it
honest
PG
here.
if possible, I guess.
Are there kids on this stream or something like under
Probably
21 on
Uh, Hearthstone has been out for a while, but let's try to keep it PG if possible.
I'll go first. I'll say Topo Chico. That's like the best sparkling water that exists. That's what I would definitely throw in there.
Nice.
I've never heard of that.
No.
Really? It's so good. Oh my god. With
Okay,
some
I've
lime in
seen
it?
the bottle.
Fuji.
Yeah.
Fuji. I think I would. It'd be probably Pepsi.
I'd go with the sparkling water too. I never had that kind. I usually stick to Polar. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would do Fiji water, which is pretty much what I drink all day. I go to Costco and I get giant tubs of it and just drink it because it's awesome.
Nice.
Wow, I feel like I'm the unhealthiest, like next to the Pepsi. My favorite drink is boba, if you've ever had that before, but I don't think
Oh,
I would put that in a cooler. So it'd probably be like Canada Dry. Like I really like ginger ale.
nice. Geranium, anything you want to ask? Any further question?
Great, managed to mute myself again. That's awesome. I was going to ask. I was actually going to have a question for just superhero here. Was wondering, has anyone actually told you what Chad means?
Yeah. So yeah, when Inzi was discording me, I was like, he keeps on referring to himself as Chad. So I thought it was like a Hearthstone term. So I asked all my team members, I'm like, oh, what is that an acronym of, in Hearthstone? And they're like, we've never heard of it. So I had to look it up. And then I saw like all these pictures of like a blonde dude, like going to the gym and like being next to this like nerdy dude and being like I'm awesome. So I kind of got the idea, and then I think one of my members also tried to explain it to me, like someone who like goes to the gym and like is like super nice and also like perfect in every way and just amazing. So then I kind of got the idea, but I don't know. I still don't know the meme very well. How would you explain what a Chad is?
I think you did a good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, chads are the things that like when you have binder paper and you rip it out, like the chads are the little dangling bits of paper at the end.
Or like, you know, when they voted and they, you know, didn't poke the hole through all the way and they would leave Chads.
Mm-hmm. Chicken, any question you want to ask?
Yeah, there was a question from Wild9. Yeah, where does the team name The Cooler come from?
It's literally, it's just my Discord name of this Discord I haven't used for like years. But I was like, hey, this is the Discord we could use for the team. And then it was like, cool. So then we just went with it, I guess. I don't know. We never
Nice.
really talked about it, so I just put the cooler as the name.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it seems like, you know, thematically making your team and, you know, coming up with a creative team name actually makes you lose in the finals. So it seems to have worked out for you guys.
Neji, any question you want to ask?
We got a question from Dr. Bomb Why is your mascot not Popsicooler? Which, if you didn't know, is a card in Hearthstone.
Wait, what is that?
It's like a 3-mana 3/3 that when it dies, it freezes 2 minions. It's really bad, but
That's an arena
still.
card, not a standard card. We don't want to associate with arena cards here. No.
Mm-hmm.
When's the THL Arena tournament happening?
Geranium, anything you want to ask?
Yeah, we got a lot of THL questions to get through here. Dankus Dad asks, we know that ice cold is cooler than being cool, but is there anything cooler than the cooler?
We're the coolest.
Yeah, I think the answer is just no. Nothing else needs to be said there, right?
I think we are absolute zero. That's our temperature.
Nice. Chicken, any question you want to ask next?
Yeah, I had had a good idea from Wild9. I think you guys are some of the not the faces in THL that people aren't super familiar with. So did you each want to go around and kind of give an intro of yourselves and you know how long you've been in THL, how long you've been playing Hearthstone, stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. I've been playing Hearthstone since 2014. Um, I was in THL for a while. I can't remember exactly when I started. I think it was like 2018 or so.
I feel like you started around when I started.
Yeah. When would that have been?
It's a long time ago. It's somewhere around 2018.
Okay. Yeah, because oh gosh, I forget his name, but it was like an old founder of THL, I think, who ended up he was going to grad school at DePaul, which was the school I went to. We met each other through like the esports program, and he told me about THL. So that's how I learned about it. I don't know. I had like one. I basically had like one really competitive year of Hearthstone, 2017.
Oh, I think we played against each other, by the way,
Did we really?
in playoffs and the regular season
Okay.
in the fall semester. I thought I did think I recognized you, and then when you mentioned DePaul, I was like, oh, I remember now. So I'm pretty sure
Yes,
we played against each other in the North Division playoffs.
we definitely could have. Yeah. What school were you, if you don't mind
It's
asking?
at Carlton.
Carlton. Okay, yeah, we definitely did play.
Nice.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
small world.
It is a small world, small Hearthstone world.
Are you done with your intro, Icer?
Yes.
All right, I can go next. So I'm Moon or T Skillet. I first started playing Hearthstone when GVG came out, which I think was like late 2015, early 2016. I was like definitely just casual with the game for a while. I just like played arena and would play ladder. I never really hit legend or anything very often. And then I started like playing only battlegrounds when that came out. I pretty much didn't play any standard since then until like the fire said, like I said before. But I got really competitive with battlegrounds. I placed like top 200 one of the seasons and was definitely grinding that quite a bit. But then, now that I got back into standard, I've been enjoying that. So, like I said before as well, I've been in THL for I guess like just 2 weeks now. But looking forward to this upcoming season to see what that brings. Um, you know, do more than one match this time. So yeah, it'll be a good time.
Nice. Sure.
I guess I'll go. I'm CBeak1. I've been playing this game since it came out, so like 2014. I go back to vanilla WoW days, so that's kind of how I got into it. I played really super casual for a good 5 years. Didn't know what I was doing, just played for fun, and then started getting better and better at it until like the last 2 years or so, and I just gotten to where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm Bremen. I've been playing since the beta, basically. Pretty much soon after the first reset, I got an invite, so pretty far back. And I mostly played arena for the first, I don't know, couple of years. And I got into ranked a bit once they started adding rewards for it. I still remember when laddering had no rewards at all and seemed silly. So I was like, I'll play arena and I get free cards. So that was my thing. I also don't disenchant cards unless they get nerfed. So I have about 200,000 dust in my mass disenchant that I haven't used ever. But yeah, I got into THL, I guess, last season through the Chicago Hearthstone group. And it's been really fun. I didn't really have any tournament experience, so it's been great getting into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Superhero, and I probably started playing around like 3 years ago. And also, like Moon or T Skillet, I got into Battlegrounds more often and didn't really ladder as much. And then I had heard about THL through a friend and knew that he was playing and would like watch him play and like follow him, but never felt confident to actually be on a team. Like I always felt like I would just be like a weak link, and I have like performance anxiety. And it was actually very fortuitous that I ended up on the cooler. I actually pinged another captain, and at the time I just started using Discord for like the first time in my life. So I didn't know to like check my messages. So he messaged me back, but like I didn't, it was like probably like 5 or 6 days that I didn't check. So then he passed on me and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get on a team. So somehow I guess the cooler still needed a member. So I was able to get on this team, which I'm so happy about. So it all worked out. Um, Actually, I have the opposite of Bremen where like because of THL and I had to craft so many different cards, like I have 0 dust now. And like sometimes when I need to play a deck for next week and I don't have that legendary, I'm like trying to like play to get coins and then use the coins to like buy decks and then use the decks to like disenchant. So I wish I could borrow your 200,000 dust. Yeah.
Nice. Neji, any question you want to ask the winning team?
Yeah, I got one last question for myself that I like to ask the winning teams. What was your favorite or best performing deck of the season?
Worst performing deck, favorite deck, Mozaki Mage.
I liked Questlock or maybe Owllock. I don't know. I was always like Control Warlock, so any type of that. And they performed pretty well. So also Beast Hunter, that was clutch.
Beast Hunter was I think, the secret weapon this season. It really came through against Demon Hunter and Warrior a lot of times. I'd say that was my MVP.
My favorite deck probably only came into play like the last 2 weeks. So I've always like played very like aggro or like mid-range decks. And then I guess Big Priest is like the first time I'm playing more control like ever. And I can like misplay it and still win, and it makes me feel really good.
I was definitely sad that Warrior is not really great in the meta, in tournament meta, because that's my favorite class to play. But I really enjoyed playing Drekthar Quest Hunter. It was fun to just play a 4 mana 4/4 that summons cards that kill your opponent, and then just drag cards to face and hero power face more than once per turn. So that was always a good time.
Nice. Geranium, a final question you want to add to the champions?
Of course. I was actually wondering whether you guys had ever thought about this, but being that you guys are, some of you, it's your basically your first season in Hearthstone, or had a very short practice season. Being more on the unknown side of players, do you think that's a benefit for you guys? Do you think it makes you more immune to other people like targeting you and knowing what you're going to do, or do you think maybe it's a con that maybe you don't understand what other people are usually bringing?
I guess I'm not an unknown player, but I know this season I didn't get called to stream, which then people didn't know my deck as much. I still didn't do that great, but it definitely felt better as far as like I wasn't getting, I don't know, 8 octuple Doomsayer, octuple Hungry Crabbed. So, that felt better.
You're welcome to play on stream whenever you want. Just um, we're always looking for stream matches. I'll add that much.
I gotta make sure I don't have anything too top secret to reveal. I'm down to be on stream for sure.
Yeah, I think for me though, I mean, being the top seed, I faced a lot of people in the top 50, and eventually it kind of just wears off that you're facing people in the top 50, and beating them feels good, obviously. But yeah, by the end of the season, it's just that in Legacy, it's really important to find the right matchups, as we talked about with the data, really targeting, what you. There's a whole analysis going on there. I mean, me and Icer there spent a lot of time talking about what could be this and what could be that, and it really paid off in the end. But it does feel good, being able to beat some of those top players.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think it fueled me. Especially, I was telling my team that when I listen to like Hearthcenter or like like the tavern on Wednesday nights,
Yeah.
and I would hear like the predictions, and since we're the underdogs, like people always predicted the other team to win, like even like calling out like, oh yeah, definitely their first seed and second seed are going to lose this match. And then I think that like that definitely like triggered me, and it made me want to like win more.
Nice.
So I think that being unknown and kind of having other people have low expectations gave us like that like a low floor but like a really high ceiling. So I thought that was a pro for us.
Yeah. Hear that, Geranium?
This is definitely a feature, not a bug. We want to give spicy takes to sometimes give players the motivation. So I'm happy about this.
Yeah. I'll open our final question. Chicken, do you have anything you want to ask as our final question of the night before I move into checkout question and asking for any shout outs as well?
Yeah, not particularly a question. Yeah, I just want to say that it was a really really impressive season to just like I am still fairly new to THL, but I feel like I've definitely met a good portion of the players, and yeah, seeing a team that like I really didn't know a lot of the people on kind of make it all the way through playoffs and win a lot of matches or a lot of weeks pretty dominantly was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Before I move into our checkout question, I want to ask you all if you have any shout outs you want to give. Anyone you want to thank that's here or not here, anything you want to say. I'll call on you all to make it easier for order. So let's start with
This is our mascot. Hey, he's not very happy
Rude.
right now.
I got to bring my cat on too.
He was sleeping. It's okay, buddy. Sorry.
The
There you
pets
go.
of THL. I think first and foremost, shout out to Seabeak and his HS Replay subscription. He was always wanting to talk matchups, and it really helped me figure out the game towards the end. And definitely in the playoffs, we were always on, just always talking about matchups. It was really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks to Eric for talking to me and listening to my crazy rants and bait decks that I post and say this mage deck's gonna be great, and it's just awful. But yeah, and thanks
I
to
think
my
he was
cat.
just trying to get me off Mozaki Mage, just in any way
Yeah.
he could.
Stop playing Mizaki
Just-
Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Sebastian, by the way. He's my cat, and he's pretty great.
Aww.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
ahead
that
and
was
shout
Mephisto. He's
out.
my little tiny dog, but he got angry and ran away.
My cat's ready to go too.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and shout out Bruto and Construct, who are both like legend players, because I talked to them quite a bit about like refining Quest Hunter with Bruto, and then Construct about refining my list for Ramp Druid. He really kind of helped me like figure out which cards to put in and like which matchups to play. And also Bruto and Robodog helped me out with what Shaman to bring versus what classes I was facing. So that was greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll assume that was all the shout outs.
I have one more.
Oh, go ahead, please, Icer.
Shout out to Swebe. First of all, getting Moon to the fireside, then also as moral support as the season went on. So
Oh, I have one more. Shout out to Superhero over there for rescuing me after I lost that match against Justin to win the entire thing. It's kind of important that she pulled through and won the championship, basically. So big
MVP.
shout out there.
Yeah, honestly, like you were saying, you were like, I don't want to be the anchor, like I'm gonna get anxious or whatever. But I mean, you killed it. You won the match. That was so clutch.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all my team for just believing in me and always like encouraging me. I know that like even though like the results were good, I know they were also nervous during my game. Um, so I feel like I learned a lot from THL. Just really grew as a player, and definitely all my team members like helped me grow. Like CBX like was always on Discord and giving so much feedback. Everybody else like posting their decks and like helping us to refine our decks. And then yeah, I was gonna give like a a troll shout out to Justwin because for subbing Inzi for believing in him, and then yeah. Thanks for taking a chance.
Nice. I believe that is all for signups we have, or not signups, for shoutouts we have for tonight. If no one has any final shoutouts they want to say before we move into our checkout question. All right. So we have a final checkout question we'll ask everyone here, but before I ask, I want to also take this time to thank you all for being here tonight, for joining me. Thank you, Neji. Thank you, Chicken. Thank you, Geranium. Always great having you all. And I want to give a very special thanks and congratulations to the Cooler for winning Legacy Series this season. Now, I'm going to start our checkout question with T Skillet, aka Moon, if I'm not mistaken. Moon, my question for you is, let me find my checkout question because I have it here somewhere. The checkout question is, what of the card revealed so far are you most excited for? Or if there's not a particular card you're excited for, it can be something recent BG change if you want.
Um, I'll say both real quick. So one of them is friend of a friend, the BG's card. That card was a lot of fun while it lasted. Allowed for like crazy APM turns where like you have more gold. You literally have infinite gold without having to play pirates. So that was a lot of fun to do that in BG's. But RIP, my homie, my friend of a friend. He's being patched out tomorrow. He's too strong. But yeah, as far as the new cards that they're announcing, I'd say I'm pretty excited for the 2 mana warrior spell. It's called the Fires of Zen Ashari. Probably saying that last word wrong.
Yeah?
It says replace your deck with minions that cost 5 or more. They cost 5. And I just love playing warrior. And it doesn't. Maybe it's not a good card. I think it might be a good card. We'll see. But like, if you have removal in your hand and you kind of need to like pressure your opponent, maybe it's a good card to put in. Who knows? Spend
Mm-hmm.
2 mana, play big cards that cost 5. You can play 2 in a turn if you have any card draw. So and it's 10 mana. So maybe it'll be fun. I'll probably play it in a gimmicky deck and see what happens. Get some of the new cards that I don't have. Maybe I haven't got the new cards yet. So I'll play that and see what happens, I guess.
Nice. Um, Bremen, any first of all, thank you for being here tonight. What card revealed so far are you most excited for?
So I've noticed they haven't revealed too many Warlock cards, which makes me sad because I like Warlock. But Gigafin, I think, is one they put out that looks pretty cool. I think it kills all the enemy minions and then they come back if it dies, but then its appendage, Death Rattle, is they stay dead, and it has Taunt. So it's sort of like a full board clear, unless they have a spell.
Yeah,
So that seems pretty cool.
that does look like a fun one. Superhero, any revealed card you're super excited for so far?
I'm so sorry. I have not like had time to look at any of the new cards yet.
Oh, no worries.
So pass.
That's fair. Um, I'll ask Seabeak then. Any new card, if you looked at them, that you're really excited for so far?
I was gonna say Ashara because I really like the lore from WoW, and it seems like an interesting card. But they actually just revealed the new Hook Tusk, and I really like Pirate
Ooh,
Rogue. So that card looks awesome. Looks really, it's gonna be really good, and I'm a big fan of Pirate Rogue in the past. So
nice. I have yet to see that card, so I'm curious to what it is.
it's if you summon 8 other pirates this game, plunder the enemy, and you got 3 options. You can take 5 cards from the opponent's deck, take 2 cards from your opponent's hand, or take control of your opponent's highest attack minion. So it's pretty powerful
Nice,
thing.
for sure. Last one here, but definitely not least, Icer. I want to ask you, what are you looking forward for the new expansion? Any particular card you're super excited for? And thank you for being here tonight one more time.
Yeah, I think at least well, I guess we'll have Quest Hunter for a while, so I do like the new 2 mana legendary Raj Najan, I think is how you say it. It goes face,
Nice.
and the other one would be the Sir Finley Sea Guide. I just think it's a cool card, and I always liked the other Sir Finley card from League of Explorers. So
Yeah.
I think it'll fit in some decks, maybe some quest DH stuff. Yeah. So I guess it's kind of a tie between those two cards.
Nice. Geranium, I want to thank you for being one of our hosts tonight. Always a great job with the questions. Um, and great job, or great having you so many times this season. Always great having you here. Anything you want to say in terms of cards you're looking forward to seeing from the revealed so far?
But yeah, it's always a blast being on Hearthcenter. And honestly, THL really showed up with questions too. But as for cards from that have already been revealed, I actually got mine stolen already. I was going to say Hook Tusk, not because Pirate Rogue or anything like that, but because it's an 8/8 that takes 5 cards from your opponent's deck. It's Ticketus. How could we not see it's Ticketus? But I will instead say uh, Priestess Valish. Priest, I think that's how it's said. Priestess Valish is the priest legendary battlecry. Refresh an empty mana crystal for each spell you've cast this turn. Priest Supremacy Rally Priest
Awful
is
card.
dead. Is
No.
dead. But
Kill it with fire.
let's go Priest baby.
Um, Second to last, Neji. I want to give you a very special thanks for joining us tonight and joining us this whole season. I had so much fun having you in Heart Center. Um, it's I think you are always so insightful, and it's always great having you here every night. So, my question for you is, what are you looking for in terms of cards for next season?
Yeah, thanks as always, Lotus. It's been a blast this season. And for a card, I'm gonna pick Aquatic Form, which is a 0 mana druid card that says Dredge. If you have the mana to play the card this turn, you get to draw the card.
That looks completely
And
broken.
yeah, it's kind of busted. And druid cards and being broken is a common theme. So
Zero
yeah,
mana tracking. That's kind of what it reminds me of, maybe.
yeah, kind of good.
And now, last but certainly not least, Chicken, super special thank you for joining me so many of the shows this season. It was great having you on Heart Center. I hope you had as much fun this season as I did. I think we had a really good show and a lot of fun, but I want to ask you, what card are you looking forward for next season?
I'm gonna say it's barbed nets. I just want to see Quest Hunter still be good. Yeah, probably one of my favorite decks. At least in the second half. Actually, I mean, for first half of the Hearthstone year kind of sucks. So yeah, be one of my favorite decks from like the whole year. Yeah, just super fun, and it's like it's like better arcane shot. So yeah, I think it'll be great if they don't rotate all of the damage spells out of the core set, which I hope they don't. But yeah, also yeah, just had a ton of fun on Hearth Center this whole season. I mean, yeah, I hadn't really done a THL show before this, so yeah, I was glad to kind of come around every week, talk about fun matches that happened, and yeah, it was just great joining everyone every week.
Sure. Well, I believe that is it for our show tonight. I want to give a final special thank you for everyone who joined us tonight or any night this season and congratulate our legacy winners one more time, the Cooler. Um, this was quite the season for THL. Legacy was super competitive. We say this every season, but it gets tougher every single season, I'm sure. Congratulations, the Cooler. For all of you, we will be having next week our THL Family Feud show. Please tune in. Our survey has been posted on the Discord. I'll post the survey here. Some of the people in this call will be participating. Actually, Geranium, Neji, and Chicken are all players on Family Feud. So you're going to get to try to figure out who knows what. And oh, I can't post on Twitch for some reason. I'll just post it here. If someone can post the link on Twitch, would be great. please fill the survey so we have your answers and we can use these answers to have our show. And I can guarantee it will be a lot of fun. And yeah, come watch. And again, fill the survey if possible. It's really helpful. That said, that is it for us tonight. Award show is going to be at some point soon. There will be an announcement on the Discord. Have a good night, everyone, and we will all see you later.